show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the panel this evening is a legend that is Bridgeman to start with. Evening, Bridge.
Oh, good evening to you, Oxchair. Say a big good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, it's the night before, Bridge, and there's been a lot of movement today in Scottish football. That's the three biggest Scottish clubs supporting Rangers. So things are moving, taking twists, taking turns. Accusations are flying.
Would you call that a cabal, Oxchair? Only kidding.
A brotherhood.
A brotherhood, yes, good one.
Yes, accusations, people who you can say things and then you just switch your hats and that makes it all right, Bridge. Remember that when you're talking to the wife, yeah?
Tell me about it. Yeah. No, that's true. And by the way, historically speaking, the SPL and the SPFL and the Scottish League before that, they're all the same. They were all the same anyway. But there was a lot less involved in the past, in my opinion. Now there's a lot of bitterness here, and a lot of bitterness and hatred, really and truly. So goodness knows how it's going to end and when and if, So but one thing we do know, and I mean this with all my heart, we really need to back the Rangers all the way, no matter what it is. If the board say we're going to do that, Rangers supporters need to back them.
I don't think that'll be an issue. The two clubs in the last, I'll say 48 hours of Hearts and Partick Thistle are both talking about going down the legal route. So things have changed because they didn't get reconstruction. And I accept JFK's point. If it was morally wrong before you didn't get reconstruction, you sort of look a wee bit, because you didn't get what you wanted, you produce documents and you say things that it all doesn't add up. It's just a whole mess. We need a complete and independent investigation to cleanse it from top to bottom, Bridge.
Yes, I think so. I think there's been too much, to be honest. There's been too much said over the last few weeks, and a lot of badness has been brought to the fore, and it needs to be cleansed. Did you say it needs to be calmed down and cleaned out? And a lot of, shall we say, a lot of the problems, inter-club problems, have to be ironed out as well, so that they can go on with their job. Don't need to be the best of buddies, but they really need to be. They need to do it right. That's all I'm going to say on that. They really do need to, because you're going to find a lot of clubs. You're going to end up maybe halving the 50 in the league as to which way they're going to go, and it's pretty bad because. His rivalry is bad enough, but no the hatred.
Let's just say that somebody comes in and plans to invest in Hamilton, and I'll use Hamilton just as a club, right? And he decides he's going to put a few quid into Hamilton. Give him a nice wee run, 10,000 all-seater, nice run, build up, say an American investor, for instance, yeah. And he says, I'm going to come in and this is going to cost me 20 million quid. We sit in the top league, so I can understand where we'll go with this. I'm in the top league, I don't mind investing. Then he finds out he's getting told what to do for teams like breaking him in throws. What do you think the American would think of that, Bridge? Seriously?
No, I'm not having it. That's what he would say. I'm not having that.
All right.
We've seen it ourselves, haven't we?
It's crazy. What a situation, mate. I think it was Fox a few weeks ago says that if it's not Titan, I think it was Fox a few weeks ago that said if you're no full time, they've got to think long and hard at where we are in Scottish football, because we need professional clubs. We've got too many clubs. That's the truth. I know there's history, and I know I don't support any of the smaller clubs, but if we're serious about the game, we need to get it right. But that's a whole other debate.
Oh, indeed.
A lot of people have got things to say, Bridge, so if they want to join us, what's the number?
Well, the number's 0141 356 1972. Come in and join us.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio dot online. But I want to know
Put
what
your
Fox.
tongue back in your mouth, boy.
Yeah, I know. Fox and Old School Blue. Fox is back in the technical department tonight because he's in a huff.
Oh dear.
What can
Oh
I say?
dear.
He's in a huff. Well, it's his own fault. All
I
right,
love it. I just love it.
So we've been joined right away off the rank by Port Bear. Evening, Port Bear.
Good evening, troops. How we doing?
All right, your good self.
Aye, very well, mate. Very well. Just obviously spent the day having a wee laugh at myself and having some serious reading about what's going on in my game, mate. Tuesday, tomorrow's a big day. You know, it could end weeks of fighting, you know, when we have the EGM, but it also could continue the fight. Hearts doing a Partick Aberdeen are now appearing to sort of show support towards what Rangers dossier and maybe Park's question and answer session.
Well, Hearts is
thinking.
Stranraer back to initial resolution, mate, so it's
Yeah.
not a surprise.
No, the other ones, you know, Partick United and Aberdeen have come out today as well, so you know that's other ones that's joined the ranks. I know Jimmy did say, when were they? A fortnight ago, 3 weeks ago, they're only voting for us now because they're only voting for their sale, I hope, because they didn't get what they wanted. I don't care, mate. I just feel a lot more confident today that Rangers put the information out there. Teams have been given a chance to read it. You know, that's how you deliver information to people. No information was hidden in that document. They put everything, all the facts, no lies, all the facts on paper, let all the clubs see it. And I think they're benefiting from it, mate. I think it's worked. I really do think this has worked. And it's been excellent the way it's put together. I know I said last night I had my doubts over the last couple of weeks of where it was going. But now as the jigsaw keeps coming together, you know, I'm just like, wow, they've played an absolute blinder rocks there, in my opinion. They've played an
I know
absolute
you've had the pleasure of reading the appendix.
Still not finished it. Man. Whoever told me to write that needs a head look, by the way.
Well, mate, there's one more every minute. So, well, if you were in another club and you said, wait a minute, right, this thing about, say, the Sky deal and potential liabilities for this year and next year, which we don't know about, and then you phoned up the SPFL this morning to find out, wait a minute, is this true? Is that proper? Now, it'd be interesting to see how many of the conversations took place, mate.
Aye. Well, you know, in the document they released stocks here, all the clubs have found out that not all information was disclosed. And I did say this on the show the other night. If they disclosed there was possible penalties and you know, money's available for these clubs, the first vote may have been different next year.
To be fair, mate, they did say there could be penalties, but only if you went the other way. But the same penalties applied to what they done. So they told 3/4 of the truth. So in other words, they lied.
They told lies to get what they wanted put through, mate. And it's stinking. But it's just showed you don't need to do that. Rangers have put in their dossier the truth, facts, never had anything, and look at the benefit we're reaping for it, mate. That's all I can.
We've been joined by an individual tonight who tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Oh no him.
About food. We've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening,
Oh
Rudy.
no, Rudy Bear, hello stranger.
Jen. Hi, Bridgman, how are you?
All right, pal,
Listen, mate,
yourself.
I don't mean to be rude, mate, but you've took this self-isolating for the over 70s to
Aye.
the extreme, mate. We've not heard from you for a while.
Aye, let's just say it's been a bit trying, because I'll go into detail some other time for you, mate.
All right.
Are you okay? Are you and your family all right?
Aye, yeah. I'll go
That's the
in.
main thing, mate.
I'll get you
That's the
some-
main thing.
Nice. But what a fiasco, what a circus. I've been listening to yous, you know, I didn't actually feel like coming on, to be honest, at times. But anyway, I've been listening back to your archives and stuff like that. You've did some brilliant work in the last few weeks, trying to unravel all this absolute nonsense that's going on with the SPFL. You know, some of the shows have been absolutely brilliant to listen to. You get Jimmy there and Port Bear, Startdog, and you're all doing your stuff. Like, it's been amazing to listen to. But I don't think you'll get this through tomorrow.
Oh, no, I don't think any... Listen, I'll tell you what. Bridgman, get a pencil or a bit of slate and a bit of chalk.
Got a slate, an abacus.
And we'll predict the correct score. And if anybody wants to come in with a different point of view, Rudy, give us your correct score then. What do you think the correct score is going to be? Remember this 42.
Out of the 42, I think we'll be doing well if we get 50 knocks, in all honesty. I think the
you're going
lower,
for 15? You need to come off a fence. So you're going for 15?
I'm going for about 15. I think we'll get 15 votes going our way, Ox.
I'll go one less than that, mate. I've gone for 14, Bridge, and I've been optimistic there.
Yeah,
14.
Aye.
That's pretty good, actually.
Port Bear.
I'm going to go 17, mate. I think it's better than I think.
Wow.
I really do. I really do.
17.
I do, mate.
Aye.
I just think something's going to
Bridge.
happen, mate.
Oh, wait a minute. You're going for 1-0, aren't you?
I was said last night a dozen. I thought if we got a dozen, we'd be doing really well, you know.
If we start getting the numbers 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah, that's a big victory for us, mate.
It's a big
That's
shout
what I'm saying,
out.
Rudy.
If we get that,
Embarrassing them.
we get somewhere around about 15 to 17, something like 14, 15, 17, whatever it happens to be. See if it's something like that. That's a fair shout against the SPFL. There's no other way of looking at it, Ox. It's a fair shout against the SPFL. That's 15 to say 17 clubs who are saying to the SPFL, you're not doing your job. It's as simple as that, and you've messed this up badly.
Well, it's the three best supported Scottish clubs, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. I just love that one.
Absolutely.
Listen, Port Bear, did you say it was 16? You're going for
17, mate.
17, buddy.
17.
Okay.
Anyway, talking about somebody else who tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on several occasions. I've been joined by JFK. Even the JFK.
Honest, it wasn't me.
Gov.
All right, guys. How you all doing? Nice to hear you on the night, Rudy.
Thanks, Jimmy. Same to you, mate. Thanks.
How you doing, pal? All right?
Aye, good. Thanks, Jimmy.
Good stuff. Hi, Ox, yeah. Bridgeman,
mate.
Port Bear. How's all doing, guys?
You need to give your vote first of all before.
Well,
you
you know I've said for the start of the weekend there, I went between 15 and 20, so I'll go for 18.
18,
You're
right?
the top man so far.
Top of the tree. Top of the tree.
I tell you what, if we get that anything written about that number GFK, that's a win.
Aye, but if we get, I mean, like Rudy Bear says here, I mean, if we get 15, I mean, it'd be fantastic if we obviously get the 20 mark. But I mean, I've been reading different things today, and I think the consensus is what I was saying. No, if we get 15 to 20 votes, then it's a vote of no confidence is going to be tabled right away. And that would, for me, that would stop Rangers having to have an independent inquiry right away. A vote of no confidence, get these guys thrown off the top table and try and get Scottish football going forward. But can I just say something about the Neil Doncaster Q&A, if you want to call it that? Did you two things I've got an issue with is he said that the Rangers actually grassed themselves up regarding the comments.
Did you read that?
I couldn't believe it. No,
God, you need to tell us what you're talking about.
well, he says in his Q&A that the derogatory and threatening remarks made to him were actually that Rangers actually grassed themselves up in paragraph 13 and 14 the Rangers dossier. So I read it the day again and I'm saying to myself, where does it say that I threatened you? It's just all talks about the phone calls that Douglas Park tried to make to Doncaster and they refused to talk to him. And then Doncaster turns around and says that he went to whoever is accused here, whoever it is, the other guy they're trying to get thing off, and he said to them that I want you to send him a letter to tell him to stop threatening me because I said it. It's true because I said it. Come on,
It's
that's ridiculous.
Oh, that's that cease and desist, isn't it? It's talking about. Aye.
Listen,
right.
mate, the guy should be named after his mate. Well, nearly the same name as his mate.
Aye.
Lywell.
Lyrell. Yeah, Lyrell.
Here's another one, right? He also stated, he says, He says there's two issues.
My sides can't take it. You've got
No,
to laughing.
Right, I'm laughing over when I read it today. You know, he was asked a question about Rangers picking up the tab for an independent inquiry, and it says surely that removes the financial burden for the other clubs. And his answer was there are two issues here. Now, there's a word in here that I find absolutely astounding. One is that you're looking for an independent report. It's quite difficult to square that with a suggestion that it's to be paid in full by the plaintiff. What have we done?
But also,
Why would the plaintiff? What have we done?
Remember, it'd be different if Rangers said they wanted to pick who done it.
Right,
Like,
now,
for
the
instance.
next line is good. That does rather suggest that it's not quite an independent as it might be. Right. So then he's saying that Deloitte was an independent organisation, but who picked him?
Who paid for him?
And who paid for him?
I mean, and I can't take
gets
any more
it gets sidestepped as we go.
You're telling me.
I know,
Oh.
Jimmy.
Right,
Jimmy,
wait a minute. We've not heard from Rudy. We're more to hear from you. Let's Rudy come in here.
Rudy, what'd you have for your dinner tonight? For God's sake, we're all starving.
I had a big pile of sausage and mash tonight, Bridge, man. It was magic.
What kind of sausage, mate? Was it Link Square?
Oh no, it was Slinks. Proper
Beef,
Cumberland.
pork?
Cumberland.
I need Cumberland sausage if you're going to have sausage.
Bangers,
Wow.
mash. Bangers and mash.
Bangers.
In man. Did you have it? What kind of veg did you have with it?
Hey, veg, just onion gravy with Bridge, man. I could be doing
Onion
with it.
gravy, yes. Now you're cooking big
Listen,
ass.
just to be honest with you, Rudy, did you have a wee piece at the side?
Aye.
Oh,
A wee piece for the sausage.
Would it be us, JFK, as natural athletes? We wouldn't do that, would we?
Never. No.
Rudy, we haven't heard from you for a while. We'll be joined by George after we hear from Rudy. I'll bring George in. Rudy, just tell us your take on this whole thing.
Right, we all know, we all totally understand, completely understand why they tried to rush this through, what this was all about, Ox. Right now, they've been so used to getting their own way and doing what they wanted today. They haven't got it this time because Rangers have now decided to start baring their teeth a wee bit. I've read loads of stuff in the last few days, saw stuff online and all the rest. It's social media, aye, but what about the rest of Scottish football? Couldn't care less about the rest of Scottish football. I remember in 2012, Ox, sitting with an empty place where my stomach should have been and a golf ball in my throat. When I heard the radio what had happened to your club, nobody in Scottish football gave a damn about us back in 2012. I couldn't care less about anybody else in Scottish football. As far as the SPFL are concerned, there's a reason why we've got somebody. There's a reason why we've got somebody like Murdoch McLennan as chairman. He's been shoehorned into that position for a reason. Rod McKenzie, the lawyer, he's Celtic's low-level paper gatherer as well. Remember him?
Yes.
A reason and all. Even if you look at the SFA, Ox, I mean, this is not a fight with the SFA at the moment. President Rod Petrie, Vice President Mike Mulroney. We know why these men are in there, right? So Rangers have now decided to start baring their teeth a wee bit. And if we lose, which we probably will lose tomorrow, we won't get the 75% that's needed tomorrow to actually push the resolution through. I really seriously hope that after listening to John Bennett and after listening to Douglas Park this week, and reading what he said in his Q&A, I seriously hope this is not the end of it tomorrow. I really do.
All right, mate. All right. Hey, listen, JFK, I got a wee message about me and you. We kept calling Douglas Park Donald Park the other night.
And last night.
Somebody messaged me and told me.
It's the momentum, mate. It's the momentum.
I just thought we were up
Consummate
late
professionals.
we were up late for men with age, you know what I mean?
Just before you go into next with Sweet Joe, you're talking about having your piece next to your dinner and that. Do you only have one piece, Ox, do you?
You've not seen the size of Rudy's piece, mate.
I'm off a mother's pride. Off me, easy.
What a shocker. What a shocker for Yoker.
Rudy's piece is half a marinade tiger loaf in the middle. Anyway, we'll be joined by George. Evening, George.
How you all doing, boys? All right?
All right, George.
We do, George.
Oh, can I just take this time to hand down my deepest condolences to Big Billy's family? An absolute gentleman. A guy I had the pleasure of meeting a few times. Everybody should get a chance of meeting somebody like Billy in their life. He's just one of the good guys in life, a gentleman, and he's got some great stories as well. So my deepest condolences to Billy's family straight away.
Well said, George. Well said, mate.
Yeah.
Aye, thanks for that, mate. And he'll be sadly missed with everybody that knew him. I think what's heightened if you like, the grief or the disappointment that we'll not be able to go and pay our respects, and that's tough for a guy that you grew very fond of. And our mutual tie was firstly Rangers, and then the way we were brought up, mate, and the certain organisations we were all involved in, yeah.
Aye, that's right. Aye, honestly, a gentleman had the pleasure of meeting on many occasions, and I'm sure you'll the coming day you'll hear all the stories. But an absolute gentleman. Me and Lisa had an absolute ball with him a few times, and nights out when your parents were there as well. It's absolutely a fantastic guy, and really a Rangers fan. If you look at somebody and say, "What is a Rangers fan?" That's everybody should be like Billy was. Billy knew the game inside out, had great stories about the game, followed his team left, right, and centre, and it was just a gentleman in life. Oh, he was.
Yeah, well said, George. Well said. What do you make of the pantomime, George? Aberdeen on our side. Who would have thought that? Hearts. I couldn't work out. Could anybody work out the Clyde statement today? Did anybody ever read that?
No, I haven't seen that. I tell you what, though, I thought the Inverness Cali Thistle statement
When I read the Clyde statement, I come up with a salmon. So I don't know what happened there. But, George, what do you make of what's happening? Do you see a seed change?
I definitely do, Ox. I definitely do. I agree with everybody else. I don't think the vote will go across. But I think it was Jimmy said to start with last week, let's just get the numbers up there. Let's start at 10, 11, 12 and try to get to the 15 number. If we can get there and make people take a wee bit of account. And what Lisa actually said to me earlier on, and she's bang on, in fact, about an investigation of Scottish football. See if we went all the way back to 2008, let's be honest about it. And we could get everything out in the open. I don't think we've got anything to hide anyway. We've done our crimes, Ox. We just want what's right for the game. It's not about Rangers and Celtic. It's not about anybody else. Everybody just wants the game to be run properly, and I think that's what needs to be done.
Yeah, well said, George. And how do you personally see it going? Do you think we'll get a dozen plus?
I think I was there last week, Ox. I was maybe about the 6-7 mark, and I'm probably about the 10, 11, 12 mark now there as well. And a few clubs will be to vote certain ways. Of course we will, but I think that's a good number for the people to start taking account of.
Aye. If it's a low base when you've no support and things have started moving.
You giving that 12, George?
Are you going for 12?
I'll go for the 12, Ox. Aye.
I'll see if Fox will put a prize up for this. He'll most likely give you a dinner, a voucher for 2 for Wetherspoons for Saturday night. Rudy.
Aye.
We've took this cudgel up. We've discussed it. We've looked at it. How impressed have you been with your board of directors?
I think they've been brilliant, Ox. They really do. As I just said there the last sort of few days, you know. Douglas Park, I thought his Q&A was absolutely brilliant. John Bennett.
Call him Donald.
Aye, Donald. And John Bennett, I thought, handled himself really well. I think it was Stuart Robertson as well. Watch Stuart Robertson. He's done his bit. They're pulling together. They're showing their teeth now. And there isn't any other club in the country, Ox, that could hold the SPFL to account the way we are. Hearts can't do it on their own. You know, like Aberdeen and that can't do it on their own. It's only really us. But we do need the backing of the likes of Hearts, Aberdeen, Partick Thistle. There's no getting away with it. We need these clubs. As I said to you then, I thought Inverness Cali Thistle's statement yesterday, I think it was.
Oh, that was a headshot, mate. That was a headshot.
That was a
When they said they were willing to go to court.
Yeah, that was a cracker. But aye, as far as the board's concerned, they've done everything right down the line. They've stuck to the timeline that they have to stick to as far as the SPFL are concerned. They've played a blinder, Ox, so far. They've played an absolute blinder. I've been well chuffed with them so far. I really have. You know,
anybody disagree with that or get slight reservations?
Nope.
No, it will be unanimous. Yep. That's unusual. Right, we'll wrap the show up then.
Can I ask you a question on it, but
on you go.
You know, if you think, I'm just looking at it from the other side a wee bit. Does anybody think that Doncaster has covered himself in glory, or has he just made a complete and utter arse of himself at times?
No chance. No chance. Every time it's asked, 2 Q&As so far. Well, not even Q&As. They're 1-on-1s twice. on BBC Sports Sound, and each time he's changed the goalposts every time he gets asked a question. He's hopeless, man. How they decided to pay him nearly 400 grand a year is totally beyond me.
I know that's not a lot of money to you, Rudy, but for a lot of people, it is.
Well, I don't know about nowadays, Ox, to be honest. But there's companies out there, with CEOs, much bigger companies who have bigger responsibilities than he'll ever have. And
Nurses, doctors, Rudy.
paid, exactly, Port, and they don't get paid half of what he's on just now. That's an absolute joke, his salary. His salary's a disgrace, and we don't have a sponsor. His salary's an absolute disgrace. That should never have happened. He should never have got the job in the first place. Never mind get paid nearly 400 grand a year.
Listen, mate, when you're a patsy for somebody, mate, you'll get sent out. He'll have been sent out to do all these things. I mean, where have we heard from before? Where have we seen this charm offensive Portmore that we've seen in the last 2 weeks?
No, never, mate.
Questions and answers with yourself. I liked Donald Park, Douglas Park. I like Douglas Park's answer. That was brilliant. Maybe the next time he's doing a Q&A, he can put this one in. I love it.
That was brilliant.
But you and the JFK were superb on that last night on the park thing. Absolutely brilliant.
Is his position becoming untenable, lads?
But you've got to remember, mate, when you're a patsy, mate, it'll be getting an exit strategy. And I said that, I think about 10 days ago, it could happen. Thursday, I'm getting that much personal abuse, so I have to consider my opinion. It's getting personal with my family, and I'll be trying to negotiate a deal to disappear into the sunset with something on the hip. You can see it coming.
Aye. No, that's definitely the way I see it forward. Maybe within the next 36 hours, Ox. Depending on the vote, I think it could be sooner or tomorrow. But I think, as you said, he'll go away with his golden handshake, his pension, and ride off into the sunset with a nice big fat wallet, which annoys me because he should be bagged, he should be sacked.
With an NDA, mate. You'll have signed an NDA, yeah?
Aye, yep, definitely. So you never get to speak to the guy to ask him what went on. But even when Stuart Regan was there, mate, I've never enjoyed the way they've ran your game. They've ran your game into the deck. And I think that's going to be the best thing for everybody in the Scottish game, that he does leave. And I have mentioned it, it's going to take a wee while to get a suitable board in place, have good football-minded persons. I know I mentioned a couple of these names last night, guys like Walter Smith, Graham Souness, Gordon Strachan, guys that are all over the Scottish game with good football and brains. They might only be an advisory role. You'll need to get proper chairman and executives in place. But these big top Scottish ex-managers, players, could go a long way of helping your game move forward in Scotland in general.
As far as your executive directors and that go, Port, it's got to be businessmen that know what they're doing. Because that's all they are. Absolute chancellors that's been shoehorned into positions that they're no capable of carrying off. So it needs to be people, business-minded people, because the SPFL is a business at the end of the day. Yeah. So it needs to be good businessmen, know their stuff, and they've got plans for the future, how to take Scottish football forward. Know the chancellors that's in position now.
You mentioned it a minute ago, Rudy. How scary is it we've not got a league sponsor or a cup sponsor?
I think you've been naive, Port. This is the ideal time in the world economy to try and be looking for a sponsor.
I think we know that eventually they'll just give it to Sky. They'll actually just give it to Sky to sponsor us. Sky TV.
And they'll take that off the tap, whatever it is.
Absolutely. They'll get nothing. They'll end up getting nothing for the Sky deal.
Well, I'm going to go to JFK and then George. Have you been happy with the board, Jimmy? I mean, I remember at the start you were, and then as things have unravelled, I'm not saying your positions changed, but maybe you've thought, right, okay, this is a bit different, because I think it will be very, very lucky, because if they'd done things properly the week before that vote in April, we wouldn't have had this opportunity.
I think we were slow to get out the starting blocks. I did say in hindsight that maybe we shouldn't have jumped in with 2 feet and asked for them to be suspended. We should have maybe put a vote of no confidence in and see who followed us. But as times went on, I'm really, really proud and pleased the way that Douglas Park and Stuart Robertson.
Yes, well said, JFK.
What's his name, Jimmy? What's his name?
DP.
Aye, DP, aye. They've done tremendous, mate. You know, as I said the other night, we've been looking for a board to do this for a long time because we've been left and up that with the proverbial paddle, you know. So, and I think the guys know that. Listen to, I'm reading what Douglas Park and Stuart Robertson interview and is John Bennett. That was fantastic to watch and listen to. So. Yeah, very proud and pleased. There's a wee rumour going about the new that the Rangers are confident. I know it's maybe just internet talk. They're confident of getting a 50% of the vote, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. That would be fantastic.
That would definitely be a vote.
That's a headshot. George, what's your views? I mean, let's just say I might be wrong here, but I picked up maybe that you were maybe looking for a wee bit of caution, but new things have when you're coming out with all guns blazing.
Aye, that's how it is, Ox. I think that's how it's grown in the last couple of weeks. I mean, whatever the outcome is tomorrow, I've no doubt about it. Also, there's going to have to be something done, and I agree with you. I think it'll probably will be like a Thursday announcement, maybe walk or something like that. That's probably the way it'll go. I'd love to get a number of votes from more Ox, but the thing I've found good about it the last couple of days, not at any point did Rangers in the dossier mention corruption. Or did they mention the fact that there was, but today there's now clubs coming out and saying there is things like that happening that no Rangers have said. But then also the day in the dossier as well, Rangers did not mention bullying, but yet there's bullying being mentioned today between clubs. So let's see what's actually out there. If we just actually starting something here, it's maybe going to be a big massive thing to come in the next. Is it going to be a criminal matter?
Might do. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, it's Gareth from
I know you all, Ben. I know who you are. You shut up.
Okay, mate.
Caller. Hello, caller.
I said it's Gareth. Is it Gareth?
Yeah, Gareth in Gretna.
Okay,
hello,
bud.
Gareth. How we doing, mate? What's on your mind, mate?
Just talk about the whole fiasco with the SPFL.
Aye. Well,
How it's an absolute farce.
I think we agree, mate. Rudy Bear, fiasco, farce, any more F's you can put to it?
You maybe have to mute me, Ox. It's a total circus. It really is. You know, had they not been in such a rush at the beginning, you know, and ignored I mean, they're talking about Rangers' resolution. You know that it wasn't. They couldn't take the resolution on because of one word. You know, one word was at a place, or they didn't like the look of one word. You know, it's a circus, Ox. It truly is. How we're being perceived down south. My mate phoned me the other day. He's a Carlisle fan. He lives in Windermere, and he phoned me the other day to say to me, "What the hell's going on up there?" He says it's all your Sky Sports and all that down here. He said every time I turn Sky Sports on now, they're talking about, you know, this battle Rangers are having with the SPFL. So, you know, I kind of put them right in a few things. But it is a circus, Ox. There's no other way of looking at it, and that's how other clubs, other FAs must be looking at this and thinking, look at this state of them up there. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, I've just been, you know, I hear a lot of things, JFK. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, mate, there you go.
Yeah. Can I just put this out there to Port Bear? What did you have for your tea? And just out of curiosity, where did you get it?
Aye. I'm just waiting to hear this. Come on, Port Bear.
All right, I'll leave that one with you, Port Bear. I'll come back to you. Gareth, what's your point on the club and are you happy the way the club's acting at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've conducted ourselves pretty well, so I hope we just get the votes tomorrow night, to be honest.
Do you think we'll win the vote? Do you think we'll get 75%?
Maybe not 75%. I think about 15%, to be honest.
And would you see that as a moral victory?
I think if we got that, we could start the ball rolling, and hopefully they would notice that there was something wrong, so we could go forward from there.
Right, brilliant. I'll bring in Albert, mate. You hang on there, Gareth, and we'll come back to you in a second. Albert?
How you doing, pal? How you all doing?
All right, Albert.
Good to hear from you, mate.
How you all, Bear? All get everything okay?
Aye, smashing me, aye. Still trapped in here.
Need your votes.
I
We need
think-
your votes, Albert. I need to tell us how many you're going to get.
42.
He was.
You
I
knew that
believe
was coming.
Scottish football's very up straight. I think they're really honest and up front, and you'll get 42 tomorrow. That's if you don't, it's a bloody scandal. If it's only 41, well, we know who'll vote against us. Anyway, I see what I was actually phoning for is the real enemies of Scottish football have no shown themselves yet, guys. We've got these three roasters gone. They're gone. They're just a matter of time. They're gone. They're done. There's no way in this world can they stay. So they're just dead men walking. That's what they are. All they're looking for now is, as Ox said, is exit clauses and cash. Now that's what they're looking for now. But the real enemies are the authors of that UEFA letter. Whoever's behind that UEFA letter, and I think there's more than they two signed it. That's the real enemies. That's the real enemies. We need to get to the bottom of that. And that letter should be asked to be rescinded for UEFA. That's the first thing that should happen once we get rid of this mob. That's the first thing. Get that letter back. That letter should never have been sent to UEFA.
They didn't have the authority to send it.
No.
You know.
And the people are out now saying that that had a huge influence in UEFA's decision making for dates. Well, I don't know why, but if it should be rescinded, it should be taken back. Once we get it back, we say then take it for there, because there's no authority to send that letter in the first place. So that's a lie. That's a blatant lie. It was said in that letter, and I want to know what Fat Lywell's role is in Scottish football. What is his position? Does anybody actually clarify this? Because I really don't know.
At the front, mate. Bent air.
What is it he does, but what?
Oh, he's a taker. He's not a giver, mate.
He's a manipulator, mate, and obviously they go other. I wouldn't say pawns, because these are big pawns, but they go other pieces into positions.
But him himself, no, but regarding Scottish football, what is he in the SFA? Is he? What is he? What's his role?
He sits in the committee. He sits in one of the boards of the SFA.
Aye,
And
he's
he's
an
a
SFA.
keeper as well.
Aye.
And why? What is he? I believe he does some representing Scotland, stroke Celtic, and UEFA. Is that right?
Aye.
Right. So, where's the minutes of his meetings? He must be recording what he's saying and what's happening and what meetings he's attending, or whether if he's representing Scotland. Where are they minutes? I want to see the minutes. I want to see what he's been saying.
They should be fed back and then reported to the appropriate committees within the organisation.
Has anybody ever asked or said or made comment about what he's been saying or what agreements and the deals he's been doing? This is the shady stuff. This is the cloak and dagger stuff. It's supposed to be open and transparent, and we're all supposed to know what's happening here. Everybody knows what's happening in Scottish football. It's all done in between in darkened rooms and smoke-filled rooms, behind the scenes and whispers and don't say anything.
Can I throw something a spanner in the works here? It was Flybo in the lobby was thinking the same lines as me, but I don't know. I've been trying to find the actual rules and regulations for the EGM vote. Can anybody abstain?
Yeah, I imagine they can, mate. You've always got the right to abstain, mate.
Would some no abstain to see it push through?
Even abstaining, I would take as a yes vote.
Abstaining's a yes vote, innit? Because we need 75%.
Aye.
Right. You know, Gareth, what do you think? What do you think's going to happen in the next week or so?
It depends on what happens tomorrow, but if we get the right result, then we'll just take it from there and just see what happens, and see if we can get them actually out of the SFA and get somebody else in properly that can do the job.
What's the right result for you? Geezer, a number.
Well, the right result is do what we've went out to do in the first place and get them out of the SFA and get somebody else in that can do the job properly.
Right, okay, mate, okay. How long have you been listening to the show, mate?
I've actually just started listening the last few days because I didn't actually know there was Rangers Radio. My mate Martin and Richie told me, so...
What you been doing with your life?
Supporting Rangers, but I didn't know there was a radio show.
All right, brilliant, mate. Good on you, mate.
Good man.
And you getting up to watch the Bears? How often do you get to Ibrox?
I just get up when I can because I work usually every weekend. I'm a taxi driver, so
right, okay.
I just try and get to as many games as I can. I go to the week games, because I'm obviously off at night, so I just nip up to the games when I can.
All right, brilliant, mate, brilliant. What's obviously Gretna's name has came to anything been said locally about the Gretna story? Because obviously that was something that died a death, and all of a sudden, Gretna itself's been mentioned a lot in this story.
I haven't heard anything about that, no.
No, it's just about the loans, advances, etc. that were made to Gretna 2008, mate. But just before they went bust when they had that.
Oh yeah.
Fairy tale stuff. But how do you see this week panning out, mate?
I can definitely see they three going. At least two of them going, anyway. McClellan's sitting quiet. He thinks he's getting away with it. He thinks, don't say nothing, leave it to them. I done my question and answer with myself. Schizophrenic, that guy, you know what I mean? I'm fed up and so am I, you know what I mean? Type situation. So he thinks he's getting away with it. He thinks he's sitting quiet. But he's getting sacked for his private eye remarks. That's what's sacking him.
Because he'll not take private eye to court, will he?
No, he's not that daft, mate. He's not that daft.
The story was in the private eye about Fox, mate. I couldn't believe it. It's 100% true, mate. And they don't print anything that's not true, mate. And that is some story with the Fox.
See, private eye wouldn't fit in up here in Scotland because we don't like the truth up here.
No.
What are you trying to say up here?
George, there has been a golden opportunity. There's been a window for us to develop this narrative, and it happened when they made an absolute mess of what happened through the circumstances of this horrendous pandemic. If they'd done things properly, none of this would have happened, and we would, as a club, wouldn't have been coming to the forefront again in Scottish football.
Aye, that's right, Ox. I mean, that's the thing everybody's got to take in here, Ox. See, even if there's no been any jiggery pokery a certain way, Ox, they're not looking after their game properly. That should be what people look at. You're going to vote a certain way, how are you going to vote? How are the guys actually performed? Should you give these guys another chance? Because I personally don't think they have. A lot of folk will be there, and that's maybe where the vote will maybe swing. Maybe folk are maybe saying, Kenson, even if they haven't done any jiggery pokery, they're just not good enough for promoting Scottish football. They're not doing a good enough job for the kind of money they're on, Ox. I've seen the wages last week. Doncaster was absolute crazy wages for what he's doing for Scottish football. He's doing nothing.
Aye, nothing. You're right, mate. Nothing. He negotiated a Sky deal that we've got one of the biggest names in world football managing our club, and they make it as if this Sky deal is fantastic. I mean, you look at the viewing figures for the Old Firm games, mate. Have we undersold it?
Of course we have. Of course we have. That's the thing. I mean, we should be promoting that. But for me, the biggest game in world football, like you say, the manager we've got up, just got up here, one of the biggest names in world football as well. So 100% for me, they're not doing the job, Ox. They're not doing the proper way. I keep on saying about a Walter Smith or something like that. Maybe Walter Smith's no business minded enough to do the things at the very top. But I think we could get somebody in there that knows about football to work alongside somebody and get a much better job.
Walter didn't even enjoy sitting in the boardroom, mate.
Well, that's true. But just the same capacity that. Oh, see, to be honest, what I was saying last week is a guy like Steven Gerrard, the way he speaks, the way he conducts himself. Maybe it's somebody from down south and he starts to come up here with a football brain and maybe shows the ropes up here. But maybe we didn't know it that well. Maybe that's the thing.
All right. Look, I'm sure it's going to run and run. Bridgeman, have you got other predictions?
I've got some of them here. Yes, here we go, boy.
Yep.
I'll tell you what they were. It's,
listen, if you don't mind, I'm going to take you a wee walk down memory lane. And I'm going to say it was the finest header I've ever seen scored at Ibrox, personally. I can't think of a better header. When Mark Hateley rose for Mark Walker's
the Aberdeen game.
to make it 2-0 in 1991, and we won the league.
Fabulous goal.
Best cross I've ever seen.
Oh, the whole aspect of that goal, everything about it was just wonderful, just fantastic.
It was up there, mate. Me, Tommy, and DJ McGee, and they had some fantastic goals. But one of the finest headers I've ever seen. We were down on our knees. We were struggling to put a team in the park. We just lost 3-0 away to Motherwell. And when the third goal was in, from memory, we were all standing together. It was one of the last games of the old terracing at Motherwell. And the 2-0 meant we only needed a draw against Aberdeen. When Motherwell got the third, it meant we had to beat them. And the whole narrative changed. And it's hard to believe it was nearly 30 years ago, but can anybody think of a finer header? Let me think. Port Bear, if you finish your tea.
No, look, see, that's for what that goal meant. You know, that was. It was usually beer Motherwell. I'm sure Aberdeen went. Did they go tap? So we had to win that game. So for everything the goal meant, you know, what it brought to Rangers and the quality of the header. You know, when he's full stretch and he's beat. I'm sure it was Jim Leighton in goal. Was it Theo Snelders? I can't remember. But Aberdeen were the peak of their powers at that time. Mate, they were a cracking side. They were pushing us for leagues. You know, year in year out. But then, you know, no. Mark Hateley's header that game was a peach, mate. Absolute peach.
Aye, did that make that card Mark Hateley into the folklore club? George Logan, then Bridgman.
Say that last bit again, Ox, yeah?
That header carved Mark Hateley into the folklore.
Oh, yeah. It's really and truly, it was the whole thing, the whole part about that goal was just outside this world, a universal one. It was fantastic. The whole thing just fell into place. What a cross, what a header, what a score. Unbelievable stuff. Fairy tale. Absolutely wonderful. And it carved his name, and he's never looked back. Fantastic.
Albert, and then Rudy.
Oh, that header was absolutely spectacular. There's no getting away for that. And it's clear as day in your mind. But it's not the best header I've seen with Rangers. And it's probably, I've seen two better headers, both with Derek Johnson. One was the cup final, League Cup final, when he was a boy, 16. And the other one.
You never listened to the question, Albert.
I don't know.
The question was the finest header scored at Ibrox.
All right. Well, all right, that one then. That's the end of that conversation.
So what's your other one before we go to this call?
He scored against Scotland at Hampden against Wales. What a header that was.
Fantastic header. You never listened to the question, so no points, mate.
Oh, I'm doing a Doncaster. I'm changing the question.
All right, well, I see what you're doing.
Changing the narrative.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller. Good evening, caller. Hello, caller. Speak. If I never hold your peace. Right, okay.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I think he's on mute.
Yeah. What's your name, mate?
Hi, it's Harry from Falkirk. I've been on your show before.
What's on your mind?
It's the old story. It's been better times. It was just a point that I'd like to make that I think everybody's missing one point. Generally, most people, when you look at a complaint as we've put forward, the complaint isn't really about Rangers, and it's not really about anything like that. It is about corporate governance and who's who. Yeah. Now, 99% of the time, there's got to be something in it for everybody. And generally, the board members on both of these boards are composed of people that are directors or owners of various clubs in Scotland. Well, I can understand their vested interest. I get that. What nobody's looked for yet is Neil Doncaster's vested interest. What's in it for him? Because there's something in it that we're not getting.
I think at the first time at the weekend, I think it was David Tanner who put it out there. Who's controlling the narrative?
Yeah.
Because it's certainly
Well-
in the SPFL.
Well, what amazes me is normally, in a conventional business sense, when somebody pulls strokes like that, there has to be a reason, and and usually it's some kind of payoff, whatever that is.
I actually can cite 388,000 reasons.
Aye, well, the whole point is though that in those sort of circumstances, you didn't normally keep your job. That's the normal thing is when you come under suspicion like that, particularly in a setup where you're acting on behalf of the principal shareholders, who are in this case the clubs. That's a lack of confidence, and it's quite straightforward. You either resign or you're fired. It isn't a complicated thing. That's normal.
You don't think, Harry, though, that's why they're fighting so hard to stop an independent investigation? Because normally when somebody fights so hard to stop something...
Rudy, are you going to listen to this one, mate?
What?
You listening?
Aye.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, but it's true. But there's either money or motive or something, but I'm not entirely sure what. And when you actually examine most of these things, you wonder really what it's all about. Now, as far as the independent inquiry goes, it's almost impossible to resist that in a conventional company. Because if you've got nothing to hide and somebody else has said they'll pay for it, unless there's some kind of private reason, which in normal companies is it's something that they want to keep away from the public but are prepared to share with the shareholders, why wouldn't you have an independent investigation?
And
Especially when it costs nothing.
It ain't no unusual in business, mate, that if the allegations are made, serious allegations, that people are asked to leave their desk and they're put on gardening leave while it's investigated.
Absolutely.
And they can't influence anything that's while the investigation's taking place. That's
Totally
the
agree.
norm.
Totally
That's
agree.
the norm.
And the other thing I can't understand either is that if any of the members are unhappy with the legal representation, then it's quite reasonable for that to be changed. Why wouldn't you just say, okay, well, that's fine, change them?
Big business.
You don't need 80% of people for that one.
Big business.
Considering that he's not acting on behalf of the best interests of all the shareholders, then that's a reasonable reason for changing.
Big business.
I put it this way: if it was your auditor pulling a stunt like that, you'd plain ordinary fire him straight off.
Aye.
Bang,
Big business.
gone.
Well,
Didn't even bother coming back. Then he send us your bill because you're not getting paid in cheerio.
the big business will change their auditors, big business will change their accountants, and big business will change their lawyers in case they get too close.
Well, I think one thing that an awful lot of people have missed, and I've spoken to a few folk that support the other mob regarding it, is that this isn't actually a Rangers thing. This is a complaint about the corporate governance in that league, and it would equally apply supposing the name on the top of the list was St Johnstone or one of the wee teams, or God forbid the other mob. But irrespective, that's a complete lack of confidence in the performance of the chief exec by the shareholders brackets members, and he's got to go. I'm amazed that he's managed to stay there this long. Amazed.
But when you're a patsy, mate, and you've been put in a position with people with an agenda, you will hang on longer than in normal circumstances.
Harry,
well,
he's got a good hiding place, by the way. He's got a good hiding place, mate. He's up in his attic, I know he is.
No, I think somebody's hiding in his back passage, personally. No, he's
Well, Harry, listen, mate, thanks very much for the call, but believe it or not, we've reached that time in the evening where we're going to wrap the show up. Great call, Harry. Great call.
Well, I'll be back in touch, guys. But there is definitely plenty more to come out about this lot, particularly Doncaster and Co.
Tomorrow night between 9 and 10.
Aye.
All right, mate. Thanks
Well,
for the
I've
call.
thoroughly enjoyed your show, as per usual. Wonderful show, guys. Keep up the good work.
Cheers, mate. Sorry I couldn't
Cheers,
ring
bye.
you with the Mark Haitley one, but I'll better ask you the question again. Have you seen a finer header at Ibrox?
Aye, Derek Johnson at Hampden.
Oh, Barry, a shocker.
Hey, I've got a
And if
bit.
you
I've got a bit.
get any problem with that answer, if you get any problem with that answer, speak to Neil Doncaster. He's talking for me now.
JFK, I think you've got one.
I'll tell you what. The only better header you've seen. The only better header you've seen in that, boys, was Brian Laudrup at Dundee United.
Well,
Again,
I know.
Obviously, Mark Hateley was a fantastic day that day to score that. But one other one I'll throw in there was Ali McCoy's backward header against the Beggars in the 5-1 game.
Oh, I think Drinkle's header was better.
No, Drinkle's was a great header and all. I know that, but I thought the Ali McCoy's big Julie was flapping.
And big Derek Johnson's against Valencia. I think we get beat, but Derek Johnson scored the marvellous header that night.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bridgeman, we've reached the time of the evening.
What can I say?
Going for his dinner.
Again.
Oh, it was a big one, a big dinner, mate.
Seriously. Listen, by the way, a marvellous night, and it's brilliant to hear, particularly Rudy Bear. It's really nice to have him back. Hope everything's okay with him and his family. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, once again, another great night. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank the callers? Albert, who's a legend. Harry, who could become a legend. And Gareth, who joined us for the first time. Bridgeman, of course, Fox and Old School Board and the Technicals. Always great to hear from George Logan, JFK, Portbear, and great to have Rudy back. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. You can guess what we'll be talking about tomorrow night. Take it away, Old School Board.
Boy, girl, so young, to Glasgow City to come, seeking fortune, and when you way of the life, how could they all know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, when here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your hearts and voice. We celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Dream to start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. To start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. To start a football team. We had no money, no cash, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. won. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong.